So we're gonna be installing this today, guys. Carbon fiber steering wheel. To give you guys a quick rundown, I've been wanting to install this type of steering wheel in my Hellcat. I know a lot of companies sell this online. Vicris is one of them, but it's always non-heated. But I wanted to retain my heated function for the Hellcat because we're in Illinois and it's cold in here. It's nice to have toasty fingers when you're driving. But the biggest problem I had with this type of steering wheel is that they were expensive. All right, I think last year they were going for $2,000 or more, especially if you customize this. But this is exactly how I wanted it: flat bottom, carbon fiber, and perforated with ridge stitching and that red stripe over there. But they were expensive. The cheapest one I could find was, I think, $650 or $850, and I still couldn't justify that. But this one was only $300. I'm gonna link the description of this item below in the link. It's and check it out, guys. And it is high quality. All right, high quality, and it's heated. So this is the heated wire. So we're gonna do a step-by-step installation, so follow along. Okay, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be super cool. All right. So before we start installing, here are the tools you need. You need a Torx screw, T20 and T25 for these screws right here, right? So you need that one. You need a screwdriver to kind of poke around to remove the wires. You need a cutter. You need this thing to poke to pop the airbag out of the steering wheel, and you need Loctite to lock down the bolt. And the middle bolt is a 10mm socket bolt, kind of like this. So we don't have it here currently. Hopefully we can just MacGyver it using all this stuff we have. All right, let's go. All right, I was telling my assistant Will here. He's my neighbor that's also a crazy car guy like me. His car is over there, right? I was telling him that 6 years ago I did this, and this is the airbag release hole right here. So we used this tool right here. Show you right here. Poke it in there. Poke it in there. Kind of angled about an inch in, kind of angled upwards, and you gotta have to push in to release a spring in there that will release the airbag. So we released this side already right here. We're gonna have to do the other side. I actually had to use to watch my video 6 years ago, that when I did this for the Scat Pack, and to kind of feel around in there, because you kind of have to visualize what that spring looks like, that you have to push in with this so that the airbag will release. So a success. The airbag didn't blow up. We released one side. Now we're gonna release the other side. All right, continue. So this is the spring we're talking about that's in here. So you gotta find the spring. That's why it's kind of nice to have a bigger thing, so you can push it in. All right, once you push it in, it will release the airbag. All right, that's kind of how it works. Okay, and the same on the other side. That's the exact spring on the other side. So kind of feel that out, push it in. You don't have to push that hard. Once you find it, it's kind of in an angle this way. Okay, that's the hardest part of this job. All right, this one, the spring. All right, now you release the airbag. Those yellow things are the airbag wiring. Okay, this thing right here, the blue one, is for the horn. Okay, you release that and you can snake that out through the steering wheel after you remove the steering wheel. All right, and of course all the wiring harness in here needs to pop out. All right, let's do that. The orange wire is in the bottom. The yellow and purple wire is up top. Okay, for orientation purposes, you don't want to disorient those things, just in case. Okay, so this orange thing is the lock for this wiring to pop out, so you kind of have to get a poking thing to make it pop out like that. Right. Kind of tight. There you go. Once it pops out, you can just remove this wiring. See, there you go. That's it. The airbag is away. So look at our breaker bar contraption right here. Since we didn't have the 10mm socket to break this thing, that's the bolt that gets the steering wheel into the car, attaches the steering wheel. But so we use this contraption, it actually worked. Give us a little leverage to turn, and I'll tell you right now, pardon my broken finger, it is definitely working right there. See that? Right. So our contraption work. Remove that and we can remove the steering wheel, and then we'll remove the wiring on the table over the garage. So here's the side-by-side of the steering wheel. As you can see the difference, there is a flat bottom here compared to some semi-flat bottom, and it's beefier on the grips. But we're gonna transfer all of this and the wiring to this steering wheel. All right, that's what we need to do. But before we do that, this hole on the original steering wheel has that hole. In this steering wheel, it does not have that hole. So let's make that hole first, just in case we need to pop the airbags again. All right, let's make that hole first before we mess with the wiring. So we remove the left side, my left. There's three torque screws that holds this down and the paddle shifter down. See that right there? It's a T20 torque screw right there. Okay, T20. It won't focus, but it's a T20. It won't focus anyways. So for me, because my brain works in that way, I'm gonna do it one side at a time, and you have to release these two wires right here. So this one was for the paddle shift. You know, this wiring is paddle shift, and that wiring right there is for the other elements of this. Okay, all right, let's proceed. All right, we're right into a snag. If you want it heated, this is the original wheel heating connector, right? The heating elements. And for the one that I got, it's got a different connector. It's got a heating, but it doesn't have the same connector, as you can see. Those black connectors is this white one. So the solution is to cut this, right? And splice those 4 wires, because there's 4 wires in here too, so that you can reconnect the heating element. That's the solution to that. So you are comfortable doing that, do that. If not, don't do it. So for now, I need my brother's help to splice things up. So I will just install this without the heating and pop out the airbag later and install the heating. That's what I'm gonna do. So I just have a steering wheel right now without the heat, but completely installed. So another quick note, this area right here, the screw that holds the paddle shifter down, is supposedly a big T20 torque screw, but it's too small, so you gotta go to Menards or wherever and get this 6/32 1/2 inch long machine screw, if that fits in there, so you can put it back. Take note of that. Pause this video and take a screenshot of this. All right, so wrong wiring harness, wrong screw, but it's $500 less, so that's what you get. Okay, so we ended up removing this wires. So black is ground, the brown is power, and of course these other two are also power, right, for the heated function. So we did the same thing over here. We cut off the original white connection and soldered over here, so it's OEM. So on this side you can see where all that came through, right? So you have now the brown, black, and blue, blue on the same wiring here. So this steering wheel has a black and 3 reds. So basically what you're gonna do is the black goes in there in the middle, and then you got your power and you got your 2 reds. Hopefully that's clear enough if you're gonna splice wires, but that's how we had to do it because it wasn't, the plugs were different. They were not OEM style plugs. Now we have all the wirings back. It's time to plug back everything in and reinstall. All right, it's getting dark because we're slow. So that center bolt right there, put some Loctite in it and torque it down to 60 pounds. All right, and just plug everything back and snap the plug everything back like that one, and snap the airbag back in, and we're in business. We're gonna test drive this thing. Here we go, completely installed. Beautiful. One thing to notice, we had a hard time trying to put back the airbag because I didn't tuck in the wires properly. So when you put it back together, tuck in the wires behind the little screws aren't here, so that it doesn't interfere with the airbag. The heating works, every button works. It's beautiful, fantastic. And of course we test drove. I'll put a couple clips of the test drive over here because it was fun. All right, so look at that. Perforated leather, carbon fiber, center red stripe, red stitching, heated, completely flat bottom. It's beautiful, just beautiful. Oh shit, oh my god. All right.
Is that a raccoon? Was that a raccoon?
Take a pic. Yeah, I hope the splitter didn't break. All right. Link in the description below. Description below how to get this. Hey, finally got done installing it. The carbon fiber heated steering wheel, and everything functions. And I'm filming this video the next morning because it was kind of late last night when I got done, because I had a few things that I didn't have, and I needed help from my brother Ivan. Shout out to him. And the things that I needed is the heated wires that go from this side to this side have a different connector. You'll see in this video, and we had to splice some wires and solder it to the OEM connector. So that's something that delayed us, so I had to go to his house. He wasn't home early, so when he got home later in the day, that's when I was able to get that done. And then this airbag was getting us in trouble, trying to get it back snapped in. The trouble is, if you know how this airbag works, there's the horn thing kind of depresses every time you push it, and you have to make sure that the wires are completely tucked in all around, because if not, it's kind of hard to push it in. And when you cannot just push it in, you gotta kind of hit it hard. You slam it hard. Don't be hesitant in using a lot of power for it to clip in. So that took a little bit of time. But anyways, wanted to show you the finished product here. It's beautiful, as you can see. The flat bottom there. Looks fantastic. I want to make sure I slow down my camera so you guys can see the detail of this steering wheel. I love the detail of it, and the grips are fantastic. This paddle shift is something I bought from Vicrest or Vicrest. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I installed that last year. Installation videos in the YouTube channel. But this was on sale, so it's fantastic. It matches the carbon fiber. If you look at that, it matches really well. It matches it really well. The red stitching is nice, high quality, and yeah, I wouldn't complain. As you can see now, the car has a complete carbon fiber interior. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So this is carbon fiber from the factory, and this is carbon fiber from the factory right here. So now, with a carbon fiber steering wheel, kind of completes the look, right? Kind of completes the look. Very nice. So comment below if you like this, and the step-by-step instructions. If you have any questions, I did the best I can to give the detail. But it's an easy install if you have the right tools and parts. The torque on the bolt in the middle is 60 to 65 pounds. We torqued that right and put a Loctite on it. But I can say I'm very satisfied with the way this looks. Very, very nice. And well worth it. And we test drove last night, and it was a lot of fun. The grip is fantastic. Definitely better than the OEM steering wheel. Well worth the price. I'll link the description. In the description below, I'll link the how to buy this, how to get this. Hopefully you can use that link. It's an Amazon link, so I get a small percentage when you buy off that link. But you know, I want to help you guys out, so you don't have to search exactly what I bought. It showed up in 2 days. Ordered it Friday, showed up Sunday, installed it, and here we go. So hopefully you guys like this. Comment below if you like it, and any other information you need on the installation of this carbon fiber steering wheel. All right. See you next time, and bye for now.